Hi folks, this is Dr. Kat Schreier, your water mobile journalist, be in the know with the Wawa Mojo, and I am here once again at one of my favorite events. I call it my 12,000 closest friends in water here at the American Waterworks Association, which is really all of every single drinking water system anywhere in North America, plus India. They've actually got chapter in India, plus all of the manufacturers of any kind of equipment related to drinking water, plus the engineering and other environmental consultants and economic consultants and every other kind of consultant, all the agencies that deal with drinking water, all of them are here. So it really brings this entire the drinking water side of the community together. The other major conference being WaterTech, which is the wastewater side of the house, and of course in many cities water and wastewater are done in the same place. So anyway, so that's your quickie introduction to American Waterworks Association. They just had the board meeting today. The actual conference for the next 3 days, we're going to be posting all of these videos that we're doing on who we're talking to here at the conference. And we have been, before I got here, I sort of tried to pinpoint what are some major themes that I was seeing. Things like, sorry, someone keeps texting me. Things like, by the way, we're here in Las Vegas, I should mention. I was going to show you guys this. Check this out. You see that? Mandalay Bay. We're actually in the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, so you can see how far it is to walk all the way around to the hotel side. And then you've got the, I guess that's the Luxor that looks like a pyramid. It looks all different at night, but you see the MGM in the back. And so anyway, there's obviously all these different, we're right here on the Strip. That's the point. And of course, we are out in the middle of the desert, so water has certainly always been an issue here in Las Vegas, and so it's a really good place to be to talk about water. So it's kind of quiet here today, but we have been talking with, in fact, I've already got a few interviews and others lined up with folks from the AWWA board, which is a huge board. It's like 65 members from different sections all across the country, plus at-large members. So you really get a diversity you get geographic diversity, and you get large systems and small systems, and you get diversity of disciplines. People coming out of, could be in public relations. In fact, I don't know if you can see back there, there's the head of the incoming head of the Public Affairs Committee and the head of communications, the powwowing back there in the corner. So basically what I was saying is that I've been trying to really hit on some topics to focus on for the WaterCitizen interviews, which we're going to be doing again throughout the week and posting at thewatershow.org. But topics like emergency preparedness and response, with hurricanes and floods and fires and all the other disasters that we had this year, this is often an event where people kind of take a look back at lessons learned and what happened, get into details that you don't hear about in the press, and then look at lesson learned and how things are changing. Things like new money, no regs. So basically, this idea that the water industry has just, after years and years of going to the Hill and trying to get new money, and just getting $2.1 billion in new water infrastructure money, as part of the new infrastructure package that's been passed by Congress and introduced by the administration, and yet at the same time EPA is getting rid of a lot of the regulations that really drove how our systems were designed. So one of the questions that's coming up is do we design by we see the benefits of developing more sustainable systems, even if they're not actually required by the EPA. So, those are some things that are going to come up. And innovation is a big theme for the entire event. And I call it innovation goes mainstream. And that at this point, water utilities, as utilities of the future, have learned to integrate innovation. It's not new anymore to say, oh, well, we've never done this before, so it can't be done. There's an openness, and there's procedures to bring in new technologies, new methodologies, new approaches to financing to pay for new technologies. It's just there's been a shift. There's really been a shift, and I want to capture that. But in the process, there is this recurring theme that's kind of underlying everything, which is this idea of diversity. And of course, diversity in the way most people use the term diversity of gender and race. And so, those are the things that are immediately visible. And you can just walk into a room and count around the table and say, how many women are in the room and how many colored faces are in the room. And which really kind of discounts the fact that there's also diversity of urban and rural and rich communities and poor communities and large systems and small systems, and they really do, east and west, they really do have different needs when it comes to water, and different approaches and different cultures that develop. So it's sort of that cultural diversity. And we're also seeing age diversity, in an industry that, are the millennials joining professional organizations? Are they seeing the value in their careers and their personal and professional satisfaction in making a difference in their careers and not just showing up for a job and then going home? What do we do with old professionals? We got the YPs. What about the OPs? What about people who've timed out of working for their utilities, and they got their 20 years, and they got their watch, and they got sent home, and it's like, now what? Life expectancies are so much longer, and people are healthy, and they can contribute so much, but who's going to hire 50-something, 60-something, 70-something water professional? It's they might be brought on as a technical expert every now and then, but what are the options for people who are aging out of the system? I don't know. There's a lot of interesting ways that we can look at this, and I've already started doing some interviews, and we are compiling those. So basically, the way this works is I catch up with interesting people that I know and or that have just spoken, and we get these really kind of like 10-15 minute interviews. So these are not sound bites, and there's a chance to get a little bit of meat. But these are really interesting people and really interesting stories, and I hope that I can get. I'm still trying to get a volunteer to help review the videos and write up a little synopsis and maybe some timestamps, so it's easier for you guys to know what's going on. But please do keep checking back to www.thewatershow.org. I'm actually still setting up the website for this particular event. It'll probably be something like thewatershow.org/AWWAACE18 or something like that. Or ACE18 Vegas or something. I don't know. I'll make up something. We do still have some sponsor spots available as of right now. Although I know I've got at least one sponsor spot, and so we only got 3 left. So if you'd like to be seen on the same page as all of these amazing interviews all week long, and again, this is going to last way beyond the week. So people will always be able to see these interviews, as well as for as long as I keep paying for the website, as well as all 4 of the sponsors. So something to consider. If you're interested, get in touch with me at kat@watercitizen.com, and please do visit us at thewatershow.org. And that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.